shit. Hold up. This motherfucker won't even light, yo. Oh, pardon me. My bad. My bad. That was crazy. I felt so. You felt. You know what? I'm about to get on some other shit real quick. I felt very, very peasantish today.
Damn.
I definitely got peasant on this one. I mean, you know, normally y'all see me sitting here, big plastic cup, big red straw, drinking my coffee in the morning because I went. Ooh, pardon me. There's a spot around the corner I go to get coffee. Well, just pardon me, to put things in perspective. Uh, okay, just to get personal for just a second. I lost my job recently. I got another one already. But I lost my job recently. So you know that transition between, oh shit, I got a job, into oh, I gotta be easy till the next paycheck comes through. I'm somewhere in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? So I woke up this morning and I had to make a decision. And I said, okay, you have to put gas in your car and do this and this and this. Or you can go get coffee. I'll just make coffee. So today I'll be drinking the homemade special. But just for the record, I don't make it as good as they do.
Yeah,
maybe with a little practice.
You know, I got mad respect for the Panther. But I gotta ask, when you said you felt peasantish, is that because you had to make your own coffee?
That's exactly why.
That's absolutely That's absolutely
I need to spend my money.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the spending money part. Motherfucker, you make my coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. So here's the glitch in the matrix, right? The coffee shop I go to, and I'm not gonna say the name of it. I'm pretty sure none of them watch, but if they do, this might fuck my whole program up. I don't know. We'll see. I'll find a new one if it does. But so I go to this spot, and I was like, this has got to be the whitest coffee stand I ever been to in my life.
You know, like,
so I go there all the time, and I'm just as demanding as I could possibly be. And I'm like, I might not have the money, but this is reparations for me for just a little bit. I'm gonna make life hard for you for just a minute. Oh man, no, I'm joking.
I love white woman.
Serve me, wench. Oh my god, yo, that's crazy. I'm stupid. Baby don't mind. Nah, I love it. I was in it, but I'll wait till I'm not talking crazy to tell y'all who it is. And maybe y'all can go check them out. They are in Lakewood. And I got a second one in Tacoma. Pardon me, that fucking weed, man. It's called Spotted Cow, the one in Tacoma. They're pretty dope, really dope people. It's wild because in Washington, coffee is huge. You know what I'm saying? So you can go past an open parking lot that ain't got no cars in it, and it'd be like this little ass single wide trailer sitting in the middle of that bitch, and that's a coffee stand. And the motherfuckers be making them. The motherfuckers making $2 million a year out of that little ass single wide trailer selling coffee in that empty ass parking lot. So
I know they got so many different kinds of those spots. Like you got your wholesome ones, and you got the bikini spots, and you got the major chain. You know what I mean?
Man.
Crazy.
And motherfuckers be talking about going to the bikini barista, and I started thinking to myself, I said, dog, you really want to go get something to drink from somewhere where a girl can walk around in a thong farting all day and shit, like just blowing fecal matter all over the place? Like you okay with that?
Tell me why, speaking of fecal matter, like I scrolled across a video on Facebook, I think. The dude, like, he was like, let me give you a tip. You do a little something extra. And so, you know, her some little extra was sticking her little finger in her butt. And I'm like, that's a little unsanitary for coffee. I mean, food, drinks, anything in general, where somebody is going to be putting a cup to one's face. Like, I don't want your fucking middle finger wrapped around your lid after you shoved it in your ass.
You know the little poster that they got where it says like their health store, where it's like excellent and it's got the big smiley face? The moment she did that, the face just went, I was like, You just lost 2 grades, y'all.
That's yeah. You was already at a B. You looking a little dish right now, buddy.
It was an audible sound. Oh,
yeah, it went. Homie in the car thought it was her.
Yeah,
it was the health department.
Yeah. Wait, where's my phone? Yeah, because that's what he was doing too. Him and his buddy, they were like into it. He got his coffee and he was like, "Let me, here's a little something extra for you." She turns around and is like,
Nah.
like, no, I'll stay away from that spot. Let me go to somewhere where I know they're gonna stay clothed.
Yeah, so, just for the record, y'all, we very soon we're gonna be switching to StreamYard so y'all can see everybody at the same time, and the faces that we be making with some of these conversations be going on that y'all can't see, priceless. I promise, priceless.
I used to work in Kent, and they have one of them over there, and it's on like one of the main roads, and they got like one of them like full door windows, and I like driving down.
Oh no.
On that road to get to my spot is crazy. Like at least once a week, there like I would witness a car crash. And this is just the ones that I've witnessed.
From them like trying to look in the window or something. Which means
there's gotta be more. Yeah, somebody would go around that corner and be trying to look through that door while they're driving and either hit the like the barrier that separates the roads, go into another car that's trying to take a turn. Yeah, just on the glimpse of looking at a titty. And I'm like, bro,
I saw
don't you got the internet?
It's free safer. And not as dangerous.
Yeah, it's free and it's safe. Yeah. I'm fucking dead.
Bro, what does that say about us? What did that say about us?
Man.
What did that say about us as people? Like, what the
man?
It says exactly what last week's title should have been. Somebody going around the corner and they're just going, titties. And
titties.
Fucking rear end somebody at that point.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for motherfuckers like probably like the motherfucker that said stick your finger in. If it wasn't for people like that, I would have named it titties. But people like that fucked it up for us, so now we can't do that. So please don't crash your was. Shit. Motherfucker. Oh man. Okay, let me get this shit started. Yo, my bad, y'all. This is fine. Welcome to Pantha Politix Podcast. Good to see y'all, man. Absolutely, positively. Salute to Pretty King. Salute to Echo Limitless. Of course, I am Seven Da Pantha, a.k.a. the Carolina Hurricane Ridiculous Thing, a.k.a. your baby mama's favorite rapper and all that other blah, 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 Salute to my man, ethemadassassin, who is either in Australia or New Zealand right now. I can't remember which one, but he's over there making international moves. So super proud of you, bro. Safe travels to you. I know you killing them because I know how you get down. Keep rocking. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait till you get back so we can hear all about it. Of course, with me today, we got none other than Mr. Mojo Barnes, Mojo Barnes. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. I'm here. That's all I got to say. I'm here. Hey, I need me some coffee. I'm about to step away for a second so I get me some coffee.
Hey, do you think? And I'll take my turn to re-up when you come back.
I'm gonna say this now while Mojo ain't here so that he has a surprise when he goes back and listens to the episode. But the whole time we was talking about them bikini baristas and he was shaking his inhaler, I can't see the inhaler because he's got that background. So all I see is the shoulder shaking. And I was like, you're the reason people get in car accidents. Like, she stubbed her finger in her butt. I was like, Mo,
oh my God.
Live TV. We talked about this last week.
Oh my God, yo, that's that's crazy. Of course, we got Monster listening. What's going on, bro?
My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt the intro.
No. Oh, I needed that. Oh shit. Yeah, man. It's always funny when I hear something when you see something, and I know I saw it too, but then to hear what somebody else saw it, and then to hear what they thought about it, it made me be like, damn, I didn't look at it like that. Absolutely. Oh shit! But now that you said it, I can't unsee it. So, oh shit!
Yeah, the
I'm sitting here
moment he
thinking,
like brought the inhaler into the camera, I was like, this explains a lot now.
oh shit, yo, it's weird as fuck. And this is random as a motherfucker, and I know it is, and it has nothing to do with anything on the motherfucking list. But it was a thought that I had last night, and I don't know why. But I was like, okay, man. I was like, man, what are some movies that I've seen that I wish somebody else would have played the role? And I kind of know who I wish would have played it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like, this was cool, but I think it'd have been better if so and so had played the role.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we've all thought that. You know what I'm saying? At some points, I was wondering what some of the times you've seen some shit and was like, oh, man. You know, even if you can't think off the top of your head who the person should have been to play the role, like just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can do. Yeah, no, I've had a few moments like that in history, and sometimes it's on some like sometimes it's on some real shit, and then sometimes it's like a random like thought that just pop in your head, and like you don't really want it to have happened, but you just start thinking about what it could have been had it been.
Oh
Like
man.
so for instance, take the like the comparison between Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Mhm.
Imagine if Arnold Schwarzenegger had been Rocky.
Oh no. Oh no.
Imagine, yo, Adrian. Imagine that in Schwarzenegger's voice.
This just turned Rocky into a comedy. Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, so it's like random stuff like that that every now and then something crazy will pop in my head, and I'm just like, nah, that's cool though.
Oh, the him and
But
Drago situation would have been fucked up. I'll kill
yeah.
you. Not that I kill you first.
All of a sudden they pulling guns out in the motherfucking ring and stuff. What movie were you watching or thinking of when this came up though?
um, give me 2 seconds. I can tell you exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Because I was I just so happened to say, well, I got a minute. Let me while I'm taking the time out because I had been working on some stuff and my eyes were starting to get tired. So I was like, let me stop looking at the screen for a minute. Um, so I was like, yo, let me just turn some shit on and veg out for a sec. So I went to Netflix and was like, just pull something up. Just pull something up. It's on the list. Don't pull something up. It's on the list. Oh, I was watching Madam Web. Um,
Is that
Okay.
any good?
No.
No.
no, no, it's not good. And the biggest reason why it's not good, in my personal, first of all, the story is really odd. Like the
Yeah.
way the story is constructed is really strange. So it's like I feel like maybe if you had turned it into a series, you could have developed the story better. But by trying to
Yeah.
truncate it into a movie, you weren't able to put key elements into it
Yeah.
that would have made it flourish better. Not to mention, I am not necessarily convinced that Dakota Johnson is the greatest actress in the world. Like she's okay in certain roles. Like she was really good in the 50 Shades role because it fit her personality.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? But
Oh,
when you're talking about an action movie and you think you're talking about this person who's, I just don't buy her as that person. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, man, Scarlett Johansson could have killed this. Or, you know what I'm saying? Even what's her name? Jennifer Garner could have killed this. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm just not buying you doing it. And mind you, I know the other ones aren't. They're a little older now. And I mean, mind you, Scarlett Johansson's not old, but she's older than fucking Dakota Johnson. So I'm like, is that even her name? Dakota? I think that's her name. But yeah,
Yeah, no,
so
that's it.
yeah.
So I actually don't mind her as an actress, but the thing is, like, the only thing that I've seen her in are the first 50 Shades movie,
Mhm.
because I didn't see the other two because I was like, that was like the first one was trash. I could just go to the coffee stand. Um, so I didn't see those two. So literally the only things I've seen her in are the first 50 Shades movie and Madam Web.
Ah,
And
okay.
it's like, so yeah, and like she didn't do a bad job in the 50 Shades of Grey movie. It just wasn't my type of movie. Like it seemed like, you know, like they were really going like soft or porn style. And I was like, well,
Oh
what's
yeah.
the point of that? So, you know,
gonna do it, don't fuck
okay.
around with it.
Yeah. I was like, you non-committal bitch.
You know,
So
what
yeah,
you scared of?
I don't mind her as an actress though. But yeah, I mean, I guess my problem with the movie was like she gets all these kids in like into safety, and then okay, here's the start out of the movie, and that was kind of slow. And then she gets these kids, and they just keep fucking up and putting themselves back in danger for the next like hour. And then they're like, "Oh, here's the end of the story," and yeah, so it was just odd.
All of a
Like it
sudden, we
didn't feel
magically
right.
decided to listen to you and do what you told us to do, and now we're surviving. Yeah,
Yeah, and like the whole point of saving all these kids was that they were supposed to be superheroes too, but they never did shit. They just showed
nothing.
what they could become later. And it's like this whole movie was to set up for a part two.
Yeah,
What
they
And
movie
set
you
it
guys
up.
talking
Well,
about?
they even did that poorly. Madam Web.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
And
see it, and I probably will not see it since you guys are, giving such bad
yeah,
reviews about it.
oh shit!
it's
Spoiler
like an
alert!
hour
My
and a
bad.
half.
No, I'm not. I'm really not tripping because it reminds me of the kind of thing when Sony was doing the Marvel movies. Not Sony.
This
Who
is
was it?
Sony. No,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is Sony.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That I
because
mean, it
it's
makes
still
sense.
in the Spider-Man realm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Because I remember when they were doing was it Fox, or are they the same
No, so
entity?
Disney bought Fox.
Okay. Okay. So this is
Sony still owns the Spider-Man universe, but they partnered with Marvel, who is owned by Disney,
right.
to have Spider-Man in the movies, but they technically own or they're contracted, like they got the singular contract or whatever to do the Spider-Man universe movies. So Venom, Spider-Man, Morbius, I never saw that one either.
Yeah.
Madam Web, they all fall in the Spider-Man universe, so they all have exclusive rights over at Sony.
Right. No, the reason why I brought that up was because Sony doesn't do Marvel movies very well at all. Like they did Fantastic Four. So far they have.
That was Fox.
Oh, that was Fox. Okay.
That was
Okay. Oh
Fox.
yeah, so I'm thinking of different time frames. Yeah. I probably still will not see it, bottom line.
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, Sony doesn't do
won't
them
be
great
mad.
either.
Okay.
You won't be mad that you didn't see it. I promise.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
when you say it should have been a series, I would probably agree with you because exactly about what you said, it gives them more opportunity to expand the story, have some time to explain things instead of trying to cut it all down to an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The hour and a half was a full setup for the next movie. Like they literally made this movie to make a part two.
Okay, it was a stepping stone.
Yeah, because they'll show you like glimpses of characters as superheroes, but not even show them like they never became superheroes. They just
Gotcha.
showed them like what they could be in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
it
they
was literally
could
just
be.
like, hey, come watch all this bullshit and then come see part two. But they didn't make enough money to make a part two.
Hey, come see all
I
this
know
book.
if you're gonna set up for a part two, you got to make sure that the part one is good enough to want to go see the part two.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, damn, that's the wild shit is, and I mean, I didn't even like y'all, just for the record, y'all. This ain't even on the fucking list. It just happened. But the wild shit is, I was watching it and I was thinking to myself the whole time. I I feel like maybe y'all like I would have been okay with you making this 2 hours if you filled in the blanks. Like if you filled in the blanks, because like you said, Dakota Johnson's not bad in the role. I don't think she's a bad actress. I think she's a decent actress who would have had to have been a great actress in order to make that better. You know what I'm saying? And like she couldn't save it, and that's what my problem was with it. So yeah, that was odd, man. I don't really fuck around on Netflix too much because it'd be some weird shit going on over there. Y'all wild. But and on top of that, I watch a lot of documentaries more than anything else. So that's another reason why, because most of the shit on Netflix worth watching, I already seen it. So but yeah, popped up, and I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like my
Spider-Man's
number
actually pretty dope.
number 2 or number 3 guy, like in the whole superhero shit. So,
well, who's number 1?
My favorite superhero?
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah, Batman.
Okay.
Well, it's a tie for first place between Batman and Human Torch, but like, yeah, Batman is
Human Torch for real.
Yeah,
you're the
I've
first
always
person
wanted to be able to just burn shit the fuck up whenever I feel like it. So like,
well, why not be
fly.
Pyro? Oh, and fly. Okay, no, that makes sense.
And fly, yeah, the flying part too. Yeah, you can't leave that part out. I want to be able to fly. So like that. The wild shit. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the funniest oxymoron in the world. When I was a kid, at a point, because there was a Spider-Man cartoon that was out, and it was Spider-Man, but he had Iceman and Firestar, the lady, with him on the cartoon. So at that point in time, my 2 favorite superheroes were the Human Torch and Iceman, and I was like, it's a strange oxymoron between the two points, but I feel like they both serve the same purpose. You know what I'm saying? They just serve it in different ways. So at a point, that was the move. But then like Batman became my favorite because I was like, yo, it would take a lot of money to do it, true, or a lot of stealing, one or the other. But a motherfucker could be Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be Superman. I can't be Human Torch. I can't be Iceman. I can't be none of these motherfuckers. Batman, I can be. You know what I'm saying? If it came to that. So I'm like, yo, I'm fucking with it. Okay, cool. But yeah, definitely. Batman, Spider-Man, both super high on the list. Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
That's a good question. I honestly have no idea because a lot of them are so similar with their powers and stuff like that. It's a toss-up between Ghost Spider and Miles.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Okay. I think Miles is definitely my go-to. Yeah. Like,
oh,
now, as far as
you know who's really dope is Spider-Man 2099. I think that's what it was, 2099. He's a future Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I know
he's actually pretty cool, but
yeah.
it's like more technology than anything, where a lot of like the original Spider-Man incorporates some technology and some just straight up acrobatics and physical prowess and stuff like
And
that.
beat your ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I personally fuck with Tobey Maguire. Some other people were like, nah. I said, nah, bro. When it comes to playing Spider-Man, ain't nobody done it better than that motherfucker. Like, he the one. So like,
you don't think Andrew Garfield? No, not Andrew Garfield. The latest one. What's his fucking name? I can't remember his name. Tom Holland. Yeah. You don't think he does a good job? Because I think he captures like the personality of Spider-Man a little bit better than Tobey does. Whereas I don't know, he definitely fits the role physically.
Absolutely.
But when you get like that sort of nerdy, like quick-witted personality of like Peter Parker, I think that Tom Holland does a little bit better on that. The dialogue that they made for him is a little bit more snappy in comparison to Tobey, where he comes up with these like quips, but they're in like these serious situations where I don't know, it could come across as a serious comeback instead of it being him like sarcastic. Or him, because Tom Holland, you can see him like geek out with technology like at the flip of a switch, whereas with Tobey it's all like inquisitive and he's kind of to himself. He doesn't ask a whole lot of questions or really like overwhelm people with like questions and stuff like that, whereas Tom Holland's Peter Parker does that. And I feel like that's way more accurate in the comic book lore than, you know, the movies altogether.
That's the other thing that I think it is for me. I was never a huge comic book guy. So like for me, my relationship to them is a little different than other people. Like my relationship to any of these superheroes is going to be different than people that actually read them. The only comic books I actually read were X-Men. And I still didn't go super crazy with that. It was like X-Men and Power Man and Iron Fist were the only Power Man and Iron Fist. Yeah, Power Man and Iron Fist. Those are the two. Yeah, but at first it was just Power Man and Iron Fist, and then they changed it. Yeah, so like, and it took me a minute to even recognize that Luke Cage was Power Man. I didn't put it together at first, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, nah, that makes perfect sense. So my relationship to them is a way different. So when I start gauging it, I'm only gauging it. I can only gauge it by acting, as opposed to them actually being able to play the person, because I'm not super familiar with who Spider-Man is in the comic book. You know what I'm saying? I know who he is, obviously. But yeah, so yeah, I could totally see that being a thing. Absolutely.
I started out the same way. Like my first introduction to Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm literally the exact same way, where I'm like, I'm really only going to get these comic book stories either from cartoons or the movies, or seeing an action figure here and there. But if you search, I think it's like the Comic Book Historian or something like that, he will compress an entire comic book or an entire like series of comics and into like maybe an hour, so then that way you can get the full story, so you don't necessarily
Oh
have to
wow.
go out and buy every single issue of a comic that came out, or try to hunt down the ones that came out in the fucking 80s and 90s and
This is
stuff
not
like
an
that.
ad. This is not an ad. This is not an ad. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Either way, there are a couple dudes on YouTube, that will break it down for you. Even the current comics that have come out, they'll break it down for you. So then that way it's like, I don't need to go out and buy this or hunt it down, because some of these comics are kind of hard to find.
Expensive.
Yes, expensive. It's an expensive hobby to try to collect comics. I have taken a indefinite break from collecting comics because I have no self-control.
It's funny you said self-control. You know what? Matter of fact, I want to show the people while I can real quick. I want to show y'all my profile picture on Zoom right now. You see this?
Bro.
See this? See this? You see this? Insidious. It don't get much crazier than that. Oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, I gotta use it. Fuck it. Hey, dog, listen. I hope y'all don't get tired of hearing about this Diddy shit, because it's gonna be in the cycle for a minute. So that means we probably gonna be talking about it for a minute. As a matter of fact, we gonna talk about it in a minute. But right now, I want to start here because I was blown away by this story. I was blown away by this story, and I can't believe that I didn't already hear about it. I'm a true crime junkie all the time, anytime. 9 times out of 10, if you see me walk around with headphones on or my earbuds in, I might be doing my head like this because there's music playing on this side of my head, but I'm probably listening to some true crime shit. So that I barely even listen to music anymore, just because y'all niggas bored the fuck out of me. So oh man, so you can imagine my fucking shock when I was chilling and my lady was like, "Man, man, they finally getting ready to sentence this Frankie bitch." And I was like, "Who the fuck is Frankie and what the fuck did she do?" But it turns out she was talking about somewhat esteemed YouTube vlogger Ruby Frankie and her therapist slash best friend slash crime partner Jody Hildebrandt. Now this took place in Utah. Surprise, surprise. Over a course of a pretty long time. I'm gonna try to truncate the story as much as I can. It was very odd that this happened the way that it did, because one of the true crime podcasts I listen to, and I will shout them out. Salute the Criminology, Mike Morford and Mike Gibson. Salute to y'all. They do a great job of covering true crime stories. So I'm listening to the Criminology. The episode I'm listening to ends and the next one starts, and guess who they're talking about? Ruby fucking Frankie. And I'm like, well, man, this is like the universe telling me you absolutely got to talk about this shit now. So here we are.
And that bitch need to go to jail.
Yes,
Facts.
for a long time. Like, what got the so apparently Ruby Frankie and her husband have 6 kids. They have a YouTube channel called The 8 Passengers. I think that was the name of it. Yeah, The 8 Passengers was the name of their channel. They would document just their everyday family life, and it got fairly popular to the point they were making money off of it. They were pretty much living off of their YouTubing. Now, mind you, with 6 kids, there's a lot happening, you know what I'm saying? And there are people who will convince themselves at times that there's something wrong with their kid, when in all actuality, this is not the case. Like, maybe you're just not doing a very good job of being a parent. Maybe we need to look at that. So needless to say, they decide, now mind you, before this even happens, and I'm jumping over some shit to kind of get to the point, but like there was some lightweight abuse that could have very well come from just not knowing any better, like prior to Ruby Frankie meeting this Jody Hildebrand lady. So she meets her because they're looking for a therapist for their oldest kids. So they putting the kids through therapy, and there's some really wild shit going on in these therapy sessions. And I'm not saying it's not like the Pornhub therapy session. Don't think that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like
Mojo.
wild. And they're telling them wild shit like lock them in the closet for X amount of time and da 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 da, make them reflect and blah blah. And then it turns into this really also like oddly religious thing too. So like now, mind you, I said this is Utah, so the whole Mormon thing has some play in this. But and I'm not saying this to villainize Mormon people. Y'all do enough of that on your own. What I'm saying is just to put some context around how this shit came together. So now they're doing this, and now the whole family's going to see this bitch as the therapist, and the husband and everybody's in. Now, mind you, the husband, Ruby Frankie's married this whole time to a dude named Kevin. Kevin Frankie at this is steadily, step by step, getting pushed out of the picture. At a point, the Jody lady comes and lives with him, and after a while, Kevin ain't even sleeping in the bed with Ruby no more. Now Ruby and Jody sleeping in the same bed. Now, from my understanding, as far as I know right now, it wasn't no, scissor action going on. But who knows? You know what I mean? It just wasn't brought to the forefront because it wasn't important to the story, I guess. But needless to say, Kevin is slowly but surely phased out of just about everything to the point where, they're living in the same house, but like not really together. And then eventually he files for divorce. Long story less long. The kids are being locked in the basement, not being fed. They have massive gashes all over their bodies, things of that nature. And these are the youngest ones. The older ones are grown and out of the house already, so they're safe from this. But the younger ones, they use the word emaciated, like they were tiny. I saw a picture as I was scrolling the article and was just like, ugh. So eventually, one of the kids escapes. And mind you, please go look into the story because I'm skipping a whole lot of shit for the sake of time right now. One of the kids escapes and runs to a neighbor's house. He knocks on the door. The guy opens the door and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know what I'm saying? So he calls the police and the kid won't go inside his house. You know what I'm saying? So he's on the porch and the guy's on the phone with the police. He's like, "Yeah, this kid just came and knocked on my door and shit. Like, you got to see this little motherfucker. He is fucked up." Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't mean to make light of this shit. I promise I don't. But sorry, this is just the way I talk. So, he's on the phone with him and he's like, "Yeah, da 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 da." And so he's asking the kid questions and like they're having to like redact certain things that he said during the course of the call because he was a minor. He was like 11 or 12 years old. So he tells them, "Nah, yeah, I ran over here like and the dude was like, "Why is the tape on your wrist and your arms and your legs and stuff?" He was like, "Oh, because the gashes were really deep and they said this would help." And he's like tiny. Like this kid is like 11 years old and like a stick, you know what I'm saying? So the dude finally gets him to come inside the house. The police come, they go over to the house. The little girl's in the closet. It takes them 4 hours to convince that little girl that it's okay to leave the closet. In the time that they're in there, they bring her a pizza, a whole full-blown medium pizza and a soda. Smashed that shit. Smashed it. And then they brought her another pizza. She ate 2 slices of that too.
You got to be careful doing that shit. If she's being starved, she overeats. That could be bad.
That could be very bad, especially
maybe
pizza.
Domino's ain't the first thing.
You feel me? Like, God,
like get him an apple. Get him an apple. Yeah, no, a salad. A salad. Like, give me
what the fuck?
A granola bar, something.
Yo, man,
give her a pizza, Jimmy.
Yeah, go to Costco.
Large.
God,
man.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh shit!
What are y'all doing?
Bro, that shit is crazy. So I mean, of course, at that point, the police, they got him. They got him. They arrested him, took him in. Everybody was arrested at first. They determined over time Kevin didn't have anything to do with the abuse. So everything was cool with that. But in February, a few months back, Yeah, in February. They were both sentenced to 1 to 15-year terms in prison, one for each of the 4 counts of child abuse to which they pled guilty. First of all, I don't think that's sufficient.
Yeah,
But
that doesn't scream justice to me.
nah.
It screams that they white. I
Yeah.
ain't never seen pictures, but I guarantee both of them bitches is white.
Oh yeah,
They
they
are.
different
They
way. Yeah,
are.
they different way.
Yeah, I mean, especially being Utah, I guess that's kind of a cheat code. It's like, yeah, they're white, but I mean, yeah,
They white, like they white to the point that like not Bill Maher and then will look at him and be like, damn, you white as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I first of all, this goes back to something that we talked about previously. Everybody ain't supposed to be a parent, dog. Just because you can have a kid and you can help create a kid or make a kid, let me choose my words correctly, doesn't necessarily mean you should. And should that be the case, and you happen to do it, oops, maybe somebody else should take care of it. And I only say that because it would be one thing if like Ruby Frankie was an oddity. That would be one thing. But it's not odd at all. Like the thing that fucked me up was I just hate seeing kids fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I started seeing the videos and I clicked on the YouTube links and all the other shit, when I started seeing that, it fucked with my head. But I'm not surprised by it. Nah, this type of shit happens all the time. Which calls into question why you don't give a stiffer sentence to somebody like this to make a point. Like you say that's why you give the sentences you give for drugs and guns. Some shit that we do. You say that's why you give stiffer sentences for that. But some shit like this. So in short, the maximum time that they could do is 60 years. Because they had the sentences running consecutively, not concurrently. So the maximum time they can do is 60. They could be eligible for parole in 30 or less, depending on some things. And there's some appealing of certain charges going on and shit right now. So who knows how this is going to shake out. But when it's all said and done, I say take them outside, put them next to a brick wall, get the kids a pile of rocks, and just let them throw them until they out. And let's see what happens. I don't know. Thoughts? This shit's crazy.
So can I ask 2 questions before I go into thoughts? Because you might need to expand a little bit.
Okay.
Because I knew most of the story. The one thing that I didn't know was the YouTube thing. That they used to have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
That
YouTube
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Okay. Pause. Because
Absolutely.
that does I guess that displays. So before I get into thoughts, I guess like to expand on that, I assume the YouTube channel came before. Damn, breaking shit. I assume the YouTube channel came before the abuse stuff, or were they happening at the same time? Did the YouTube channel keep going, or was that when the dad was in the picture?
Well, the minor. Okay, so yeah, so check it. So the 8 passages shit. So that was before. A lot of that was prior to Ruby Frankie meeting Jody Hildebrand. But when they met each other, it was still going. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, even before they met each other and got into the shit they was in, it was already some lightweight abuse shit going on from Ruby with the kids.
Okay.
So the YouTube channel actually transitioned from the 8 passengers to something different. I can't remember the name of it. The connectors or the connection or some shit like that. And that was Ruby and Jody's. So they basically took over the whole enterprise, you know what I'm saying, and pushed Kevin out, you know, kind of stopped showing the kids as much. As a matter of fact, after they got arrested and charged and shit, they went back and a lot of the stuff that had happened on the 8 passengers where people had been posting comments questioning her parenting, those videos got deleted. You know what I'm saying? So but it was done in such a way that if you didn't already know it was there, you would never know it was gone. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's episodic, but it's not following a storyline. Like it's their actual life. So like, you know what I'm saying? You can take some shit away and you'll never know that, you'll never know if you didn't know it was already there.
All right. I'm gonna wait for Mojo to give his thoughts, but I will say the YouTube thing is that definitely shows me a precursor that these kids like me personally, like having your kids like on YouTube like that, to me that's abuse in and of itself, because you're basically making like these kids like dancing monkeys, like just like performing 24/7, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, to me that stuff's wild. Like I've never understood that shit. Like YouTube's dope for some things, but that weird shit on YouTube, like making your kids do that shit and having like the whole family thing, that shit to me is wild. But there's plenty of other things. Mojo, you do you, because I got more questions, more things.
I had watched a video on YouTube, and it was like one of those iceberg rabbit hole type videos, like darkest videos on YouTube, and it actually displayed something similar to what these people were doing on YouTube. Like they're doing a series and stuff like that, very similar to what Gabe was talking about, how it is kind of weird. And that's what it was highlighting. It was like, these kids don't look like they're enjoying themselves. It seems like this is for the parents' benefit, and they're forcing them to do this. And who knows about the conditions outside of the video. And so that's all it really makes me think about is that video. And it's like, I'm wondering if it's the same series that they're talking about in this article. But my thoughts on the whole thing is like, I definitely agree that 60 years is not, it's not, that doesn't say justice to me. It says, look, we understand that you're a terrible parent. You got to stay here for X amount of time, and you probably won't be able to see your kids anymore. That doesn't say justice to me. It basically just means it's like a slap on the wrist. I think the trauma that these kids have to work through is going to probably take far longer than their time in prison to get over it. And this is just an assumption. I hope it doesn't, but I don't believe that 60 years is gonna do anything. All they're gonna do is sit there and probably have this like woe is me kind of attitude. And I don't deserve to be here. I didn't know what I was doing was wrong type of thing. And I think people like that should die.
Man, yeah. You ain't lying. You ain't lying at all.
Yeah, man. Any type of abuse to children definitely is on a list of like evil things, because I don't know. Children just haven't experienced the world enough to know how to mentally defend themselves, financially defend themselves, physically defend themselves. So any time that you are taking out of your day to make their life miserable, and not for like a teaching moment, like within reasonable type of punishments, things like that, like you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, the parenting aspect of it, like honestly, to me, that's secondary. Because bottom line is that it's torture, and it's like whether you're their parent or not, like you literally tortured somebody for years. So like adding on the fact that you're their parent, like, yeah, that makes it even worse. But bottom line is you were still torturing somebody for years, and they're just like, oh, you're a bad parent, and that's what you're like writing this off to.
Yeah, like they're glossing
you didn't let them watch Bluey. It's like and I guess my final question, and like I guess summation of my thought, the one thing I disagree with you on, them bitches were definitely scissoring.
Yeah, of course they were.
Yeah, they were scissoring like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's how they got to.
It was
being in the same
timbers
bed
all night. Yeah, there's no way that you kick your husband out of the bed, and out of the house at one point, like at some point, like divorced, and this lady's now sleeping in your bed and torturing your kids with you without
it's foreplay.
no, yeah.
I really like the way you put that gash
Yeah.
on our kids last night.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like
Hey.
they slapping clans all night. I'll keep going, so you better move on. Bro.
Keep going. Oh no, man, that shit is crazy. No, I'm gonna give you a direct quote from Ruby Frankie during her interrogation. She said, "Adults have a really hard time understanding that children can be full of evil and what that takes to fight it. And so I don't know any other adults who are going to see the truth."
See,
lady,
that is them trying to get off on an insanity plea.
Oh God. So now it's abusive to make a kid sleep on the floor? It's ridiculous. You can't even raise your kids anymore. Lady, listen to me. Ruby Frankie, I know you're not gonna hear this, but you know what? I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope somebody that you locked up with,
she's
I
got
hope
plenty of
somebody you
time.
locked up with is a dedicated fan of Pantha Politix and hears us talking about you and is like, bitch, you need to hear this. You, Jody Hildebrandt, whoever the fuck else helped y'all do, because even if Kevin didn't have anything to do with it, I have a hard time believing that operating it. Now you started homeschooling the kids, which should have been, what the hell going on over here? Like, why you homeschooling the kids? And I'm only saying this for a very, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just say it. I'm saying this because I went and observed some of your 8-passenger videos. You don't seem like the smartest person in the world, Jody. You don't really strike me as intelligent. So for me to assume that you're gonna homeschool your kids is a very dangerous thing. Even when you get Dr. Jody in the picture, if anybody does like like, do me a favor, y'all. Do a deep dive into this because I promise you, it's even weirder than we making it sound right now. Like, it's a whole lot of shit getting left out right now. But like, this even weirder than that. The fact that your kid had to escape, and run for help from their home is crazy. That's crazy. Like you said, Mojo, you're supposed to be the molder and the protector of this person, not the. And then, like you said, Monster, and all of this because, and then, like, not for nothing, Jody, an ugly motherfucker. So I'm just saying, if you was gonna be scissoring with a motherfucker and fuck shit up at home, like at least.
The setups are so crazy because I'm thinking that it's about to be something serious, and then it gets back to the scissoring, and I'm like,
so I had a thought while you were talking, so, and honestly, I would not be surprised at all if this woman heard this podcast. If you do one thing, tag her. And all you got to do is just hashtag it, because the two things that strike me about this chick is, one, she got time, like we said, but two,
absolutely,
between the YouTube thing, between all the comments that she has and all that, like, the ego is off the chain. I guarantee, like, she's probably Googling her name on a regular basis or, you know, like searching around for things, because you know damn well that they put her in, you know, like, lax security. So this bitch probably got a phone right there in herself.
Pretty much.
So yeah, she's doing her thing. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she heard this at all, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was scissoring somebody right now.
Right now. Oh shit. And just for the record, for anybody that might feel some type of way during this conversation, I am not opposed to scissoring. Cut all the paper you want. I don't give a fuck. Get it popping. Matter of fact, do it and tape it. Go check it out. It's all good.
Did you ever smack 2 floor carpets together to get them clean?
You know what I'm saying?
I want to know about it.
Yeah. Like you ever take the rugs out of your car and just smack them together to try and get the dust off them?
Shit. Oh, I'm fucking dead, yo. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh shit. Woo. Now, yeah, I know we joked it, and it's cool. Like it's okay. I promise you, it's okay. This is just how we deal with life,
okay.
yo. It's a Northwest thing. This is how we deal with life. Sorry. But
no. You're fine. It's okay what we're doing.
I hope the kids are gonna be all right, man. Get the help they need.
Sure.
It's gonna be a long road to recovery for them. So I hope everything comes out okay with that. And Ruby and Jody, I hope that you are
fucking dead,
absolutely positively tortured every day of your sentence in prison. Like absolutely positively. So, I want it to be the most miserable shit ever.
I do have actually one more question, and it's serious. Like,
okay,
given that the dad wasn't involved in all this, are they with the dad now? Like, because if he's a stand-up dude, like I said, the whole YouTube thing kind of fucked with me. The fact that he was involved with that, like, makes me question him as well. But if he wasn't involved in the torture, are they with him now? And can he support them and try and, like, bring them up? So, like, in a story like this, it's real easy to be like, okay, not only have they gone through this whole thing, but they've lost their parents. This is a very, like, honestly odd case of this thing, because we hear about this somewhat regularly, unfortunately, and it's usually both parents, and both parents end up going to jail, and it's like, okay, so what the fuck's going on with the kids? Like, what happened to the kids? Like, where are they at? In this case, they might actually be with the dad, so maybe they actually have like a connection. Like, it's still going to be years of therapy, it's still going to be a lot of shit to deal with for the rest of their lives, but hopefully they still have a parent that is like there for them, and that'd be dope.
Well, yeah, I think the pops are still involved. The grandparents, like everybody else that was getting froze out of the situation, have definitely stepped up to the table now. So that's good.
Dope.
And
okay.
I'm glad that's popping off, because I mean, shit. I mean, while mom was, who knows? Like dad could have made a decision. You know what I'm saying? While life was going crazy, like, oh, that's how you getting down? Well, shit, I'm gonna just go. You know, I'm gonna go suck a dick or something. I don't know. I don't got time for this shit. So I mean, who knows? Like, you know, you never know. People do weird shit for revenge, man. But like, yeah, yeah. Frankie kids, I hope y'all all right, yo. And Kevin, I hope you hold them down, man. And Ruby and Jody, I hope y'all riding hell, like, on everything. Fuck y'all. Woo! Speaking of people I hope riding hell, man, where do I go next? There's way too many of them. I don't even know where to go next. Oh, actually, no, I don't want to. Yes, I do. Let's do that. So, like I said at the top, I hope y'all not. This thing is evolving, and as it evolves, because we are a part of hip hop culture and we are a part of media, we're going to talk about this. So I apologize, but not really, because I got jokes. So we're going to get it popping. But a couple things Diddy related that I want to bring to the table right now. I guess going from abuser to abuser makes sense. So first of all, I love 50 Cent. I love 50 Cent. I love his personality. Let me say that. I can't say I love him. I don't know him to love him, but I love his personality. I think he's hilarious. Now, there are some things. One of these days, on one of these pods, we're going to have an in-depth conversation about 50 Cent, because I have some thoughts, but I don't want to get into that right now. But 50 Cent is highly entertaining. Needless to say, 50 Cent has been kicking Diddy's back in for a really long time. For a really long time. Things, of course, did not, lessen any when Diddy's son decided to make a song dissing 50. And it doesn't surprise me that not long after that occurred, the news was released that Netflix has officially won the bidding war for 50 Cent's Diddy documentary entitled Diddy Do It. Wow. Motherfucking 50. Hey, dog, listen. Y'all better leave Curtis alone, man. Listen. This nigga do not play fair.
I know this man and his power. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to make a documentary about you now.
I'm just gonna say I called this shit last week.
Man.
You did.
I said this motherfucker runs entertainment. The only thing that I'm a little surprised about is that Stars didn't put up the bread to try and get it, but I'm not surprised that Netflix got the bigger bag to pull it. But it's like, bro, when you are dealing with somebody that runs the entertainment industry right now, like, man, you fucked up.
Man. 50, man, listen. Okay, so 50 says where is it? Oh, okay. So in the beginning, apparently it was a joke. It wasn't even an actual thing at first. But there was a poster running around on it, like a coming soon. Da, da, da. 50 said, well, fuck it, why not? So he got former associates of Diddy's, you know, to speak their piece, including Mark Curry, who we all know has no issue with speaking his piece on Diddy. He's never held his tongue about that. Now they do have oh God. He is King Petty, dog. He is King Petty. Within the scope of the documentary, there's the clip of Rick Ross put Molly in her drink, she ain't even know it. All that hit the rapey ass lyric. Yeah, see, two birds, one stone. This motherfucker's a scientist. I'm trying to tell you. Leave him alone. Of course, we already know this. A pivotal moment occurred with the release of surveillance footage depicting Combs' altercation with his former girlfriend, R&B singer Cassandra Ventura, aka Cassie. A visual testament to the dynamics overshadowing their relationship. Combs' subsequent apology video signifies a recognition of past transgressions. Bullshit. Yet leaves lingering questions regarding accountability. Netflix's decision to greenlight this docuseries reflects the commitment to amplifying voices long silenced by power dynamics within the industry and to make some money. But yeah, go.
I got my next prediction. At some point during this documentary, it might even just be the instrumental, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the full track. You're going to hear 50's reply to Christian. Whether, like I said, it might be the instrumental and he's just saying like, yo, remember that beat? And then all of a sudden he's going to release the reply on that beat. Or I wouldn't be surprised if he already got the track done and that shit runs on that motherfucking documentary.
Real quick. 50 ain't dropped a whole lot of music recently, but what has he done? A lot of shows, and he always does the theme song, and they're all fire.
Exactly.
What if he makes the intro outro music to the documentary his reply to the kids?
Yep.
And having it on Netflix too. Yeah.
Guaranteed spins. Bro, I'm telling you, like I said, that's my next prediction, is that somewhere in there, it might be up front, it might be at the back. Honestly, it might be just at the most grimy part. I don't know what he's gonna do just because he's that petty, but I guarantee at some point in that shit, he's gonna have it on there, and then all of a sudden, that probably the same day it's gonna end up dropping to streaming, and that shit's gonna blow up.
Curtis. I love that dude, man. That's funny to me. Oh my God. Now I say that, but I also again, one time we'll have to figure out when. But as a matter of fact, because of what I think about it, I would like for you to be present for that conversation. So I'm gonna hold that till you get back. But yeah, I want to have an in-depth conversation about 50 because as funny as this is, and a lot of other things he's done have been. I also have some problems. I have some issues with 50 too. But like I said, we will get into that then. But this is funny. I don't give a fuck. This shit is hilarious to me. I'm like, yo, I find it odd that you didn't call your kid and be like, hey dog, don't do that.
Yeah, don't engage.
You don't
Not right now.
Yeah, you don't understand this guy like I understand him. Don't do that. This motherfucker's crazy. Don't do that.
At this point, it really does feel like maybe he's just like I know the tracks have been in support of Diddy, but there's no way that Diddy didn't call him. And then he doubled down with the other motherfucker. And it's like, it seems like at this point you're intentionally trying to bring the attention back to it. Like, are you pissed off at him? Because that's the only explanation, is that you're actually angry at him too, and you're like, oh yeah, no, everybody stay over here. Yeah, no, look at this. Like, I don't know.
You said you just brought something to the table that I thought that I've been thinking for a few days, and now I'm glad I get a chance to say it in a public platform. How is it possible that your own child is clout chasing off your life about to end?
Yeah.
That's odd. Let's think about what's happening right now. Think about it. You put out a track, this is 50. Stupid. Dumbest shit you could have ever done. But you did it right in the midst of everything had just got taken off of your pops. Wasn't nobody thinking about it. I mean, it was still running in the back of everybody's mind, but Drake and Kendrick was at the forefront. You brought it right back to the front. Gave it a little bit, some other shit started happening. I mean, it's still up there, but it's kind of starting to fall down the list. And then you and Quincy decide y'all want to put that bullshit out. Go somewhere, sit the fuck down, and be quiet. That's the best thing you can do right now. Just go shut the fuck up somewhere. Because not only are you going to continue bringing the attention back to your pops, but you're at this juncture, you're simply exposing how not talented you actually are. So stop doing what you're doing. Like, I clicked on this shit because I was like, well, maybe they just giving them a hard time because of what's going on with Diddy. Maybe it's not really that bad. And then I heard it. Oh, and the other thing, and I know the media did this shit on purpose. They did this on purpose. Think about what the headline of this is. Diddy's sons, Quincy and King. Quincy ain't your fucking son. Quincy's Al B. Sure's son. Y'all just got the same baby mama. And that's why he grew up in the house with you, because his mama was in the house with you.
They say it down in the article that he was Al B. Sure's son.
But
mm-hmm.
And y'all want to go try to put some music out and get fly for the cameras and shit while the media ready to do shit like this to y'all.
You know,
they'll ruin you too, nigga.
Yeah, no, Al B. Sure tried to warn him. He was like, come on home, son. Don't worry, you'll be safe. Should have heeded the warning.
Now you about to ruin your whole little career.
Nah, Dad, I want to make music.
But you know what that sounds like, though? I'll be sure trying to get the kid away from Diddy. Sounds like a cop trying to get a kid out of a closet.
Yeah. He's been brainwashed, manipulated, groomed so much to the point Diddy is the only way to salvation.
All I'll be sure had to do was go get Domino's.
Yeah, bro. Had some
they in New York, yo. He could have got something way better than Domino's. Oh man, that's
come home, son. I got a pizza and
I got the cheesy bread.
It's like, come home.
We even got the calzones this time.
Yeah, man.
It's got the garlic crust. The garlic crust.
Not the garlic crust. Oh shit. Bro, this
Quincy, I know how much you love the cinnamon knots.
Yeah. It's double stuff. Don't say that.
Oh shit. Pause. Pause, Quincy. Pause.
It's double stuffed over here too, Dad.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
I'm fucking dead. Okay. I'm gonna try to play this for y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I'm gonna try to play this for y'all. Okay.
I can't. Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch it.
I don't understand I didn't really understand the message in the lyrics, and it's probably because I haven't heard the whole song. But I'm like, I don't understand what this is supposed to be.
That's the part that really fucked me up. They talking some old Shasta McNasty shit to some chick. Now is not the time for y'all to be doing that.
Definitely not.
Now is not the time for y'all to be doing that. I don't give a fuck that you're a young fly nigga and your brother is the R&B guy. Nah, no. Now is not the time to do that. Go make We Are the World a self-destruction or some shit. Don't do that. Cause read the room, dog. Yeah, that the tone deaf obviously runs through your fucking family. Because when I heard that bullshit apology Diddy put out, that's what I heard, tone deaf. You have no idea what's happening right now, do you? You really have no clue how over you are. None. You so used to being the guy and having the power and being the one that nobody can stop. Because it was always somebody to step in front of the bullet for you. Always. Pop didn't have a problem with Biggie. He had a problem with you. Let's be real about it. He only went at Big because Big was the rapper. And that was his man. And he felt like in the course of all of this, my man didn't do what I thought he should have done. But he ain't do it because he was listening to you. My problem with you. Suge's problem with you. Big just caught up in this shit. You hit Steve Stout over the head with a fucking bottle. Didn't do a day in jail. For all intents and purposes, I ain't so sure Shine shot that fucking gun at Club New York, cuz I'm not convinced of that. Or if he did, he wasn't the only one. He did 10 years and had to leave the fucking country. Now, I ain't mad at him leaving America. Salute to you. I ain't mad at you for that at all. Let it be known. But you didn't do that by choice, is what the problem is. Faith leaves Bad Boy. Next thing I know, she getting caught with cocaine at the fucking airport and shit. What the fuck? Faith Evans? Come on, man. Loon go turn into fucking Al Farouk Elamine or some shit. I don't know what the fuck was going on with him. Craig Mack went and joined a fucking cult. Mace became a kind of preacher, kind of, sort of, ish.
Mace like God.
Yeah, Mace likes God and stuff, you know. I think Toto was working at Walmart, so I'm joking. I don't think that's true. I could be right, but I'm just saying the track record speak for itself. And now in the midst of this, the very first time something's occurred and he ain't been able to dodge it. He ain't been able to push nobody else in front of it. Y'all dumbasses went, man, look.
I didn't
fucking wrong with these kids.
Like I said, I didn't listen to the track because I was like, I don't want to. But I didn't know that they was rapping about a chick. Like I thought that it was another like, yo, life is so fucked up and y'all are messing with my dad. Like you better back off type thing.
Oh no,
I didn't know that they was talking about. Damn.
Yeah, they flexing.
Terrible timing, guys. Terrible timing.
How are you clout chasing and you thinking because your name is hot right now? You don't realize your name's not hot, it's on fire. There's a difference. You're trying to take advantage of that and ride the wave to catch one right now. Who the fuck raised y'all, man? Never mind. We already know the answer to that.
God. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Don't worry, kids. All publicity is good.
This might be the first time that Diddy ever had to stop and be like, man, I thought I liked booty. Like, them putting that out, like, even Diddy gotta be confused.
Y'all do that, like, right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Like, yo, I like ass too, but can y'all wait?
Man, that is... Whoo! Bro,
that's wild.
I don't understand. And you know what? I can guarantee you that y'all dumb asses gonna have a scene in the documentary. 50's gonna bring this up. He has to. He's gonna bring this up. He's gonna be like, and these dumb motherfuckers put out a song about trying to get at some chick in the club or some shit. during the midst of all of this. Right after the video of their dad chasing this woman down the hotel hallway and beating her ass came out. And from my understanding, that video is longer than what was shown. And it gets worse than what we saw. So like, I don't want to see it. First of all, I didn't want to see what I saw, but I saw it. And as a responsible member of the media, I decided that I'd watch. I've seen all I need to see. I'm cool. I don't need to see no more of that. Not of that. I'm good. If I never have to watch that shit again. Like, that's crazy. So I again, y'all, this thing keeps evolving. It's going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to grow. Pause. And it's going to, and like, there's more allegations coming out. There's other people coming forward. There's more people who have been part of the bad boy empire over all these years who are starting to come forward and being willing to speak. So don't be surprised if you hear some shit that really fucking blows your socks off soon, because I can imagine Cassie's like the tip of the iceberg, in my personal opinion. So yeah, I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. Very interested. Damn. I wish I could play some like happy music right now. Just talking about that just kind of pissed me off a little bit, but can't play music because then we'll only be on Spotify. And considering the fact that Apple Podcasts is where we get the most listens, I would really hate to do that. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, let's do that. I'm sick of that, dude. So let's switch gears here. I want to talk about something that makes me happy. I saw probably about maybe a week or so now. I was scrolling Facebook and I saw a clip of a video that Corrupt posted of him, and a picture that Corrupt posted of him and Rakim. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? And then I saw that it was because they were on set shooting a video for a song that they recorded together. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. Because I've been wanting to hear a new Rakim verse for a minute, and I was wondering where it was going to come from. I was hoping it was going to be in this new cycle of music that Nas is doing. They would finally do a song together like the right way, but not to be. So it's cool. Corrupt got it done. I fuck with Corrupt, so it's all good. But then it got even better because Corrupt let the cat out the bag. Rakim's got a new album coming. I'm excited. For those of y'all who don't know, I don't know how you couldn't know, but Rakim is absolutely positively my favorite rapper in the history of rappers. Yeah, I named my firstborn child after him, so that says a lot. I'm excited, and from what I understand, the album is produced by Rakim as well. So I'm looking forward to it. There's actually a track. First single is going to be called Rebirth, featuring Corrupt and Master Killer from Wu-Tang Clan. So like, yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Oh man. Corrupt and Rakim.
Just to kind of touch on, I guess, the resurgence of pioneers and releasing new stuff. Did you know Snoop and Premier had done a track together?
Snoop and Premier?
Yeah, it's really good.
Shit.
Oh shit.
It's really good.
I missed that.
Yeah, no, because I mean, I've had a lot of ups and downs when it comes to the way I feel about Snoop's music. You know, as he gets older, obviously he's got to mature and he's got to uh, make it plain to his lifestyle or fit the theme, whether it's true or not. But this right here, like he's actually spitting some shit. It's not like I'm just cooling and skating over the beat because I'm Snoop and shit. Like, no, he's actually spitting some stuff. Because I say it like that because I feel like that's what he would do on like a Katy Perry song.
Yes.
So
yes.
this was nice to listen to because you got Preem, you know, he's doing his scratches and stuff like that, and he's taking you know how he'll take like little quotes from different verses for that has come out before, or it seems like what he's doing now is actually having the artist record things and he's pulling it straight from the recordings that they've done instead of trying to dig and search for uh words versus lines that fit the song or whatever. But yeah, if
Mm.
you search that up, it's really, really good. I think they're shooting a video for it too.
Yo, I just went and looked, and it looked like
Definitely gonna have to check that out.
Preem got Preem got a lot going on right now. He got a new joint with Chance the Rapper that just came out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
check that
yeah,
out too.
that too.
I'm gonna check that out
The
too. Yeah,
resurgence of Chance the Rapper, this is looking
yeah,
promising for this
yeah.
dude because he had a moment where it was just shaky, and I don't want to put blame on his personal life, but I think, obviously he was taking a step back to be Family Guy. And so
Right.
with his current situation changing, he's putting some like decent shit out. Like the stuff he's doing with Preem is like fantastic. It's not like that
Mm.
innocent what was, I think it was 10 Days was his first mixtape that he came out with. It's not
Oh
like
yeah,
that or acid rap. It's not anything like that. It's like
coloring
this
book,
is
none of
a
that shit. Yeah.
right, right. He's not really sticking to the I'm the wholesome look at me guys. Like he's not that guy on this song. And it's really
Look
nice.
at
Like
me,
you can
guys.
yeah, that's the personality Chance had. He's wearing his fucking corduroys and his crew neck, and he's got his lunch pail, and he's ready to get ready with his math for the day.
With his three hat on and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
no
like
doubt.
he embodied Arthur for a hot second because he sang the theme song. Like he definitely embodied that
Mm.
man, that fucking cartoon. So I like this
That's
this new shit coming out. Yeah, Preem
I
definitely has
love
some
doing it.
shit, some new stuff coming out, and it's really good. He's also been doing a series where he goes back and talks about the classics or the famous tracks that really had stuck out in history in hip hop. And so he pulls out the floppy disk, he pulls out the MPC, and he's like breaking down each instrument. He's talking about the
Shit.
whole process, kicking it with Nas and everybody else he's worked with. You know what I mean? So he's still making a lot of moves. Like he can't sit still at all.
After
So
you've been
I
doing
got
what he
I
been
got
doing for that long.
I got an
Okay.
opinion question for y'all. It's just an
Okay.
opinion question. The before the beef, before Drake, Kendrick, all them, the the field was struggling a little bit. It was going down. There's bad music coming out. A lot of like bad news stories, like
Still
the
is.
rap industry was struggling. Yeah, well, and
Oh yeah.
that's exactly where I'm going. Then you
Yeah.
got the beef, and things start going up. Kendrick killed Drake too quick, so all of a sudden they're like, okay, what do we do
Yeah.
Filling the void.
now? And game steps up. It's like, okay, you're bored, but like maybe that could be a good focus. And then all of a sudden they get back to Diddy. Do you guys think that the resurgence of some of the bigger name artists, whether it be Rakim, whether it be Snoop, whether it be Nas and Ghost, the Nas and Ghost track, like Preem, like with some of these bigger names, do you think that they're doing this purposefully, like having some of the like trusted rap gods start dropping stuff to kind of clean some of this up?
Oh yeah.
I didn't think that, but the way that you phrase it, I'm like, yeah, because if I'm thinking about Snoop, he's like, oh yeah, this is great because it's real quiet right now. The dust has settled and everybody's wondering what the next road is where it's going to be paved. So yeah,
Yes.
I think that they're probably having a roundtable discussion like the Justice League, and they're like, this now's the time.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on this for too long. Now is the time because nobody's doing anything, and anything that comes out now is either subpar or it's absolute garbage. Like
Mhm.
Drake's rapping over BBL Drizzy now, so we are waiting for Kendrick's new album. We all know that's coming. We're listening to
Yes.
subpar features. And then we have the pioneers who are like, okay, you guys have made such a mess. Now we need to clean it up. Yeah, I absolutely feel that way.
Oh, that's crazy. I think there's a how can I say it? Yeah, I think probably that I can agree with that. Yeah, because I think realistically, I feel like there's a when I first heard that Common and Pete Rock were putting the album out, I was like, really?
Mm,
And then I started noticing um a lot of OGs like sporadically popping up on records or hearing rumblings of records being worked on or shit like that. And so I started noticing, there is a massive chasm in the game right now. And the beef temporarily filled it, pause. But like even that, like you said, it because of the immediacy of the era, whereas the Jay-Z Nas beef was able to stretch out over the course of a year and a half, 2 years, you know what I'm saying? This thing happened like that.
Yeah.
So the way the Jay-Z Nas beef was able to galvanize the game for a long stretch, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't able to have the same effect. That's why at the tail end of this, the only thing that's really left to remind you that that even took place is They Not Like Us. That's the only thing really. Like, think about, even as much as you like some of the other stuff, think about the only thing that's lasting. They Not Like Us is the only thing that's lasting out of this whole thing. Even the Jump Off record, like that, it's starting to fade now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that has more to do with the fact that it's a future record than the fact of it not being a good record. So yeah. So when I hear Rakim's coming back and he produced the album himself, and then I hear Common's doing an album with Pete Rock, and then I hear, oh, Preem just put out a single with Nas. Oh, now Preem got a single with Snoop. Oh, Preem got a single with Chance the Rapper. And I'm like, what? What the fuck is going on right now? You know what I'm saying? And then, oh, Ghostface has dropped a new album. Holy shit. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I realized that at that point, I think it was the first time that I actually looked at it and said, damn, this whole time I've been so busy running, making music myself and doing music myself and and then us doing the podcast and all of the interviews and all the other shit that I'm so insulated, you know what I'm saying? That I'm not realizing there's really a wide gap here that's not being addressed. And now the OGs are starting to say, oh shit, y'all got the attention back up. People want to hear hip hop. Here we come. While we got a window, let's take it.
There's two reasons why I asked that question. One, we talked about the Rhapsody album last week, and the resounding thing, and this ain't nothing really about the album, it's about the timing. In my opinion, she dropped too early coming out of the beef, because the album was cool, but it wasn't enough to sway people away from that concentration. But so like they needed a big drop, and now we have multiple big drops. But the thing is, the thing that made me think of the intention behind it, and this might just be them knowing how to play the game, but it also might be calculated, is the fact that they're not stepping on each other.
No doubt.
The dates are very, like methodical, not so spread out that it's like, yo, this one's starting to lose steam and then this one drops. It's like, yo, this one's at its peak. Okay, it's starting to progress a little bit, and just as like it's getting ready to be like, okay, now this is over, a new banger comes out from another legend. And it's like, to me, it seems like so well spaced that it has to be intentional.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know they talk like a lot of them guys, especially because they do a lot of the legacy tours together. So I think a lot of times when they be spending that time out there on the road, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm working on new shit, but I just don't know when to put it out and And I can guarantee you, as soon as it started turning into, you know what? And I hate to say this, but I have to say it. And this is no diss to those of y'all that it's certain people that don't fit into this, and I hate that I have to say it this way because it's gonna make it sound like it's including them too, and I don't mean it that way. But I feel like this whole time where they was this past couple years when they've been trying to spend this time to invest to try to make people want to listen to women rap. Like, I'm like, dog, maybe don't push it as women rapping, and that might help. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can clearly see that it's a woman, but if you promote it like you promote male rappers, you'll still win. It's still hip hop. Like, the fact that you segregate it the way you do is the reason why it feels the way it feels. You know what I'm saying? And this is no diss to to the ones that's really like Rhapsody, you like that and you know it. 3D and T, you like that and you know it. Rock, you like that and you know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shay Noir, you like that. You know what I'm saying? There's some of y'all that's like that. You know what I mean? Even the ones of y'all that's commercial pop rappers making a style, you like in your lane, you like that. You can rap. And I admit that. I can openly admit that you can rap. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can rap don't mean you're going to make rap music I want to hear. But I can admit you can rap. Nicki Minaj can rap. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B has great writers. So, you know, Lotto can rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it ain't that I'm saying there's no people within this class that's sprung to prominence in this last couple of years that deserve it. Of course they do. But I think that the over assertion and the massive amount that they tried to pump out to try to catch the wave for all of them started diluting what was going on. And then the guys seeing what was happening and some of them falling back because they didn't know where they fit in the whole situation. Pause. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Or they started putting out so much music that the quality started to suffer. And we've had that conversation before about motherfuckers dropping too often and the music not being good because of it. So in that way, I feel like that helped create the chasm. You know what I'm saying? And they saw that and was like, oh shit, you see what's happening? Like, okay, at a point, something's going to happen that's going to have to turn the attention back to hip hop and not just this machinery. Once that happens, once the window get cracked, somebody going to have to throw it up. And then we coming. Nas and Primo threw it up. In my opinion. It was already small sprinkles sliding through, sneaking through. Nas and Primo was like, fuck that, it's time. Let's go. And it's amazing to me because out of all the new shit we talking about from the OGs, that's the weakest one. But it's Nas and Primo. You feel me? So like, that's the weakest song out of all of them. But that's Nas and Primo though. And Nas went crazy after the run he went on with Hit Boy. We already know his pen is in, he's in fucking, he's fight ready. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I in my opinion, I think that's kind of what, I think that definitely had a hand to play in how that transpired.
Yeah, I think the Rhapsody struggle like wasn't even like it didn't even really have nothing to do with the album. It was just, well, like I said, she's a very existential rapper. It's a very existential album. There's a couple tracks on there where, you know, she just kind of goes on her bag and like, you know, just raps. But the album overall is a very existential album. And I just don't feel like people were on that time right there because they just came off of a beef. So it's
they
like,
was
yeah,
busting on the beat. Hope that's what
exactly. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you've been hearing like, you know, at your throat bars, pause. And you've been like hearing, you know, the aggression. Like the first thing coming out the gate shouldn't be like, you know, the existential shit.
Oh yeah, nah. Throw a rock at a motherfucker or something like that. You know what? I hate to say this, but I feel like I would really enjoy it. Like I want to see two of the, like I don't want to see Cardi and no female rapper go at it. First of all, Cardi, we already know you don't write this shit, so I'm not interested. Like I give you credit for being able to be a part of people putting together a good song. People know how to put together a good song and they happen to utilize your voice to do it. So there we go. Boom. That's the credit I'll give you. And you're a good entertainer. I'll give you that. But I don't want to hear you beefing with nobody because you ain't writing that shit. Even when it was Lotto and Ice Spice, like that's small potatoes because I don't think Ice Spice can rap. I know Lotto can rap. So like if we talk about bars, to me that ain't a battle. You know what I'm saying? If you told me that Meg and Lotto going at it, I'm a little more interested now. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me that Nicki and Meg really gonna go, I'm a little interested now. You know what I'm saying? But at this juncture, with the way things have transpired, especially with the beef being what it was, I feel like we need two of the A-class women that are really rappers, that really rap, to really rap at each other. I think they need that. And let it not be, let it build up just like this one did. Do a couple Lucy's, throw them on YouTube. It ain't gotta be for streaming. Everything ain't gotta be for shit. Like if y'all really got issues with each other, like y'all talk like y'all got issues with each other, let that shit off. I want to see it. I want to see it. So like, yo, let's do this. In my mind, Kendrick smoked Drake, no questions asked. In my mind. Drake has continually lost ground as time has progressed after that. We thought that a lot of people thought the beef ended, everything was going to go back to normal, but people was going to recognize the K-Dot won. Not the case. Drake is continuing to lose. Rapping on the BBL Drizzy beat didn't have the effect he thought it was going to have. Had he not lost to Kendrick, that goes a whole different way. He does that and people laugh along with him instead of laughing at him. So now, think about it. Not only are the legends striking doing their thing, but the whole landscape is about to change now. Because Kendrick just cut the head off the machine. Shit about to change. And anybody who thought it was just a battle between these two people and it didn't have wider reaching ramifications, you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. Shit's about to change. And Kendrick basically said, hey, dog, we sick of you and that shit you do, it's over for that. It's a new day. And it took me a minute to get myself together and get the cachet I needed to be able to cut your head off. But now I can do it. Let's go. Hey, Nikki, you rap your ass off, young lady. And I can call you young lady because I'm maybe a little older. But go find one of them other girls that can rap their ass off. Since you got a problem with everybody, and y'all go do that. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I don't want no singing, none of that bullshit. Fuck the barbs and all that other bullshit. Take the second B out of that. We need bars, not barbs. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. So, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm asking for too much. I don't think I am, but maybe I'm asking for too much.
You might be.
You know who could definitely tell me if I was asking for too much? Terrence Howard could tell me if I was asking for too much.
I didn't watch any of the videos. I'm so mad.
Oh, you're gonna be when you go watch it. You're gonna be mad you didn't. oh God, hey, Roland. It's hard out here for a pimp, man. That's all I'm saying. But Terrence Howard could tell me because he would be able to do the equation to, give me the proper percentage how much I fucked that up. But Terrence Howard, man, listen, I'm not gonna say you crazy. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say you crazy. For you know what? Before I go into it, for those of y'all who don't know, Terrence Howard did an interview with Joe Rogan. I personally am on the fence with Joe Rogan. Not real sure how I feel about him. But whatever. At what he does, he's really good at it. And I know that. Cool. So he interviews Terrence Howard. And we're probably more accustomed to seeing Terrence Howard be, most of the time when Terrence Howard gets interviewed, he gets interviewed about his acting career, his music, things of that nature, maybe politics or something big is going on at the time. They ask him about that. But they never really get into what he does that's not entertainment based. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even ask a lot of questions about his family, really. A lot of it's just about his art. And I think that's by design. I think he chooses it to be that way. But this interview was very different. It was very different. First of all, I will say I did not have any clue that Terrence Howard was as intelligent as he clearly is, and as well. I don't know how to even put this. There's a lot of things that he owns that you would never know that he owns. He has an enormous amount of patents that he owns for different scientific, mathematical, whatever situations. And I did not know that. I had no clue. I had no idea that he was so You know what I'm saying? Like the shit you learn about people, yo. So they're talking. And you know, I'm the type of motherfucker that, okay, if that's what you want, I'll get in the car with you and I'll ride until I know it's time to get out. And I always know when it's time to get out. And then when I know it's time to get out, I don't care how fast you're going. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Suffice it to say, it didn't take me very long to feel like I needed to start grabbing the oh shit handle and reaching for the handle of the door to maybe crack it to get prepared to jump. Didn't take long. I think the thing that got me the most was when he said 1 times 1 can't equal 1. That was when I knew that it was about to go off the rails and I probably should get the fuck out of the car now. But I was like, but wait, he's only going 60. I might not die. But if you go 20 more miles per hour, I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't think I've ever heard anybody have a conversation that I completely could not put into any actual context. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, that is the scary part. I don't know what to say about it. Like, I was like, but wait, but that can't be right. Like, that can't be right. And more importantly, if you're as intelligent and as well read and as all of these other things as you say you are, I don't know how you think that's right. Like, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Mars, am I tripping?
One of the first things he said in the whole interview was his first memory was in the womb.
Yes.
And he remembers being in the womb. He remembers being born. He remembers. So, Mojo, it's 3 hours long. And it starts with, my first memory is in the womb.
Yeah, I read that. I started
Go
reading
watch it.
some of the things. I'm like,
break it up
didn't-
into whatever segments you need to, bro. But go watch that.
I didn't know Terrence Howard was crazy. Oh, yeah, no. Very interesting. But I will definitely go watch that. He's talking about replacing gravity on Saturn.
Mm-hmm. He says the only reason he didn't create a new periodic table of elements is because one of his, like, I don't know, somebody that he works with, or like somebody who's just as crazy as he is, obviously, or like apparently, had already done it. So he was like, yeah, I was going to do that. And then I found out this guy already did it. And it looks just like what I saw in my mind palace.
And
my mind palace.
Yeah. And so that's the only reason he didn't recreate the periodic table of elements.
Right. That makes sense. Man,
and
look.
the thing,
Go ahead, bro.
the thing, like, it's I don't like calling people crazy, because like it's like there are things out there that I probably don't understand. Like, you know, like you said, he's obviously a very intelligent dude. The eccentricities, like, cool. So yeah, like, I don't like using the term crazy, because it's like, yo, like, people got called crazy for a really long time. Like, people said Einstein was crazy. People said, like, you know, like all these like highly intelligent, like, people that are being highly credited with things in the past now, they were all called crazy at one time. So it's one of those things where it's like, yo, like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I like to think I'm open-minded enough to think that there's possibilities beyond what I understand. I mean, especially with who I credit myself as being the monster. Like, there's some shit in my brain that most people probably wouldn't be able to understand. It's just around killing and shit rather than the mind palace. So I really don't like to call people crazy, but when he starts out with, I remember being in the womb, and like he was talking about even his kid being born. And all right, Mojo, I'm gonna say this, and you're gonna want to watch all 3 hours. He was talking about how he remembered being born, and to prove it to his wife while his wife was pregnant, he played music like a lot of people do, but he also shined a flashlight on her belly for like 6 weeks. And then eventually he didn't do it one day, and the baby started like pressing against the stomach. And then he shined the light back on, and the baby would like press against the stomach and follow the light. And then when the kid was born, he was like, and now I realize I shouldn't have done that, because the kid could have wrapped the umbilical cord around his neck and like all this dangerous shit. But he was like, but he came out fine, and he sounds like Forrest Gump.
Oh my God.
And I was like, did you say Forrest Gump, bro? I had to rewind. And yeah. And
he came out
like,
fine and sounds like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Those 2 things don't go
so
together.
At that point, I
Forrest
was
Gump
like,
wasn't fine.
It's really hard not to call you crazy. Like you was a pimp. Why? and so yeah, I had to stop. I couldn't do it no more.
Just for the record, the name of this episode is The Mind Palace.
The Mind Palace.
The Mind Palace. Oh, how can it not be? That's crazy. So look, I'm not now, Terrence Howard, I'm not saying that you're crazy. I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm not saying you're crazy. However, what I will say is, I think that there are certain boundaries of the human mind that should never be toyed with. And should never be toyed with only because we are in no way capable of being prepared to deal with what comes from it. We're not ready for it. We don't know. If you take into account the small percentage of our brains that we actually use, well, let me take that back. If you take into consideration the small percentage of our brains that they tell us that we use, that's a whole different conversation. Never mind. I was about to get on my Terrence.
About to get
I'm
on
not
my
gonna say
Terrence.
I was about to get on my Terrence, yeah, but I'm not gonna say you crazy, bro. But I will say that I feel like you maybe have tapped into one of those, I got a better idea.
What is he smoking though? Does he talk about like using ayahuasca or mushrooms or LSD or anything like that?
At one point, didn't people go on the Joe Rogan show and get mad fucked up? Like, I don't like Rogan. I've never liked Rogan. I've never liked his comedy. So I didn't feel the need to jump in to listen to the podcast. I hear about all these big interviews that he does. But wasn't that the point? Like, isn't he mad into weed? And don't people go there and get fucked up? Like, I thought that was the point of the show.
I think at a point that was a really big part of it, especially before he went like, I think even now it's still a part of the whole makeup of the show. And I mean that definitely makes sense. I mean, hey, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you how funny this shit is. They know I'm not talking to them because they already know I'm talking to y'all. The funniest shit in the world happened. I'm about to give y'all a look behind the curtain real quick. We in the group chat and so I dropped the topic and then I went back and looked at it again and realized it was like some really old shit. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about that. I'm gonna find a replacement. And then I happened to stumble across my very first clip of the Terrence Howard interview. And I was like, oh shit. After I went to it and I started listening, after I got in a bit, pause. I went back in the group chat and it was like Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan. Watch clips if you have watch the clips if you have to, but we have got to talk about this shit. I did that, and I'm thinking to myself, this is actually Terrence Howard.
Yeah. I'm like, not Terrence Howard. I mean, what's so crazy though is like he's had this sort of run. Every time we hear about him, it is always something like weird. The last, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it was weird the last thing that we were all like teasing him about, but he would say Maine and like everything.
Man.
And so yeah, so he's if he's not being talked about because of a movie, it's because it's something that he's done that's just been like hilarious.
Man. Yo, that's strange. Yeah, that movie is strangely inspiring. I gotta say, it really is. But
I would agree. I would agree. The man is not a rapper, but you know, he definitely encapsulated and embodied a hustling rapper.
I ain't playing hope.
I need this to work now. Dog. I need this to work right now. Come on, Anthony Anderson.
Come on, Anthony Anderson. You too, Cookie. Sing that hook. Yo, the fact that they went from that shit to Empire, dog, I died laughing. Because I was like, yo, DJ finally got on. Oh, girl had the baby and went to jail, and I
Oh, wouldn't it be crazy if that was the same universe?
Mm-hmm.
Bro. See, there you go with that shit. See? I gotta be honest. I fuck with the oh, wait, Terrence Howard. You, sir, what I was about to tell y'all behind the curtain, I got sidetracked. I'm high. But anyway, what I was about, and it's funny that I said that because of what I'm about to say. So we in the group chat and we talking about this, and I finally throw that in, and I'm like, yo, we gotta talk about it. So Monster listens to it, and he comes back and he says, you know what? You should follow it up with this. And the headline reads, daily cannabis use overtakes drinking in the U.S. for the first time. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. And I mean, it makes perfect sense though. I mean, I didn't know that it was this high, actually. Pun totally intended. But recreational cannabis use is actually legal in 24 states right now. And medicinal use is permitted in 38. I didn't know that the number was that high. Minnesota? Sidebar real quick, Minnesota. Solo on me, please. Minnesota, don't tell me that weed is legal in your state. And when I walk in the dispensary, I can't get anything but edibles and drinks. I will fight you. I will fight you all of you, in the octagon, to the death. But
went to so many places.
So many SKUs. I was like, damn. So I got, you know what I ended up having to see? I didn't even get to tell y'all about this shit. I'm gonna tell you now. And it's clear because we talk about weed. So this is yeah. We in Minnesota, the whole time we in Minnesota, we was in Minnesota for 3 days total. Yeah. I ain't had no weed. None. Now, mind you, I did have this. But it's not the same. I wanted weed. So we go out. We got there Thursday. Now, because of the way things went, we got there Thursday, had to go straight to the venue, do the show, and then go, whatever. Then some bullshit with the run. Like, it's a whole thing. We're going to have to give y'all, we'll have to give it. It's had to be another time because we're too far gone right now. But like, so, the second day, we ain't got the rental car, we kicking it, we walking, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah. My man Tarly, salute to Tarly, and Tarly in the tribe, but my man Tarly came and picked us up, took us into Minneapolis and somewhere else. I can't remember where else. But, we had a good time, you know what I'm saying, and we went to ate some Jamaican food, it was fire, then we went and kicked it. While we was out, Friday night, hey, yo, man, it's a dispensary like less than a mile from here. Can we hit it? He was like, yeah. I mean, I don't smoke, bro. So, I mean, don't, like, I wouldn't get your hopes up, like, da 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 da. And I'm like, it's a dispensary, dog. If it's weed, I'm winning. It's all good. We park. I get out. You guys coming? Monster and Harley stay in the car. I walk inside. I'm smiling from ear to ear. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Until I realize, like it starts to sink in a second. I'm looking around. I'm like, but I don't see no weed. What is going on here? So I walk up to the counter and I'm like, yo, where the weed at? I was like, I'm in a dispensary. Asking where the weed at should never be a question that I ask going in the dispensary. That's some shit I ask on the corner. Why am I in the weed dispensary asking where the weed at? What is going on here? So the dude said, oh man, bro, so good to see you. I swear to God, he acted like I was his first customer all fucking day. And it's like 8 o'clock at night. He's like, yo, bro, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm like, yeah, hey, dog, hey, take it down 1,000. Where the weed at? So he's like, oh man, well, yo, we just legalized like in January. This is like in early April, beginning of April. They just legalized in January and da 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 da. It took some time to get the spots up and running. Da 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 da. So I mean, yeah, we will definitely have the pre-rolls and the flour and all of that like in like 6 months. And I was like,
I'm not gonna be here.
dog, I'm here till tomorrow. What you talking about?
I don't have 6 months,
6
sir.
months. So he was like, well, look, I got edibles and I got drinks. And I was like, I don't want to drink my weed. I want to smoke it. This is okay, dog. Look, give me a pack of these edibles and a pack of those edibles right there. Now it's 3 edibles. No. It was 4 edibles per pack or 3. I can't remember. So I took it. I took them. I paid. I walked outside. I'm not happy, but I'm not sad. I got a little something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not totally mad about it. So I get back to the car and I open one. I eat one. Then I eat another one. Then I eat another one. So by this point, we pulled up at the spot where we're going to have a drink. Hop out the car and I eat another one. Go inside, I eat another one. As soon as we finally get sat down at the table and ordered our beers, I ate the last one. So I'm like, I just ate all of them. All of them. I'm drinking my Corona, watching Iowa and Connecticut play. Odd situation too, but I'll tell that on all purpose, not right now. And I'm sitting there waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting for that moment. Y'all already know my track record with edibles, so you knew I was gonna eat them all. Everybody knows. Everybody knows we know that. So
It don't matter the dosage on them either.
that
This shit could be
There's a POV
5,000.
change.
I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Like, hey, listen. And the way I see it, I'm out of town. I'm on vacation. I'm not really on vacation. I'm working, but you know what I'm saying. But I knew I was in good hands. Monster's there. He ain't gonna let it happen to me. I'm cool. But
Yeah, there's a different point of view to all of this afterward. Go ahead.
so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for it to hit me. And I'm waiting for it to hit me. And I finish my beer. And I'm still waiting for it to hit me. And we get back in the car, heading back to the hotel, and I'm still waiting for it to hit me. Then we go upstairs, take a shower, chill, waiting for the end of the night. I am still waiting for it to hit me. That was like April the 5th. It is now May the 26th, 2024. I am still waiting for it to hit me.
What? Oh.
Minnesota, I'm gonna need you to do better.
Wow.
Please do better. Now I want to hear what this different POV is. I gotta hear this.
So everybody knew it was going to be trash. So, but it's a matter of pacing just to verify. So we're in the car and here, crumple, crumple, crumple. All right, there you go. Now you should be satisfied. Crumple, crumple, crumple. Damn. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Crumple, crumple, crumple. And I'm like, dang, all right. And then as we're getting out the car at the bar, we both step out the car and I hear, and it was like the video from the YouTube memes where I was like, you opening up another one? Why? Are you okay?
Oh shit!
And then, like you said, we're in the spot, we're watching the game, and then ain't nothing going on, and I was like, all right, but you know it's gonna hit eventually. And then he goes out, and he uses his dab pen, just like that, and as he's doing that in my head, I got Bone Thugs going. It's like, I feel so violent. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna end bad. We get back to the hotel. And on like the apex of the story is we get back to the hotel because like he says, there was no hit, which cool. But he's starting to feel a little bit from the pen. And he pulls out all the wrappers from his pockets. So he's got a little buzz. And he's just sitting there with the wrappers. And then he tosses them in the bag. And that's when he started getting a little hungry, I would assume, from the dab pen. Because, yeah, the edibles didn't do shit. But, yeah, it was like the buildup to the worst possible outcome.
Mm-hmm. That's how I felt. I was like, oh, he's about to go to space.
Yeah, no, because we've both seen that before. Mm-hmm. with the edibles just not quite catching up in time. And it's like, oh, you went too far. But
I don't know why.
Yeah. It was just step by step. I was like, oh, this is gonna end badly.
Not gonna end well. And you know, I started thinking the same shit when I got to like number 5. I was like, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I don't know. Like I could be tripping right now. This shit could be really, really strong. And maybe I just smoked too much Washington weed. I don't know. But like, yeah, that shit was crazy. But yeah, Minnesota, I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. Like, get it together. Get it together, please. When I come back to Minnesota, because I'm coming back. When I come back to Minnesota, I need to find weed. Okay. I need you to grow it. I need you to cut it, trim it, bag it up. Let's get to it. Like y'all bullshit. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just crazy. But I did definitely enjoy the tour. We will definitely get into as a matter of fact, I think what we might do when he come back is we'll have a tour show. We'll have a tour show. We can talk about Gravitas. We can talk about how when he was out. And by that point, shit, actually, we'll have went on another run, and Mojo will have went with us, so he'll have some he'll have something to add to the story. Most definitely, I'm looking forward to that. All right, shit. Well, y'all know what it is, man. Pantha Politix Podcast. Diddy's still a piece of shit. Not really sure what that has to do with anything, but yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here. Salute to Pretty King. Salute to Echo Limitless. I did want to say. There is something that I was supposed to be. Oh fuck! I hate it when that happens. Oh shit. Man, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. You know, everything coming up would be on Rumble, would be on YouTube, wherever you stream podcasts, you can find us there. Make sure you give us 5-star rating. Make sure you comment, share, all of that good stuff. You know, get at us in the comments. We definitely talk back. Ain't no thing. Yeah, safe travels to ethemadassassin. On behalf of Mojo Barnes and Monster, listen, I am Seven Da Pantha. This is Pantha Politix Podcast. Yo, all purpose on the way, dog. We shooting later today.
Oh.
One.